curious as we get going here, if each of you can share your take on how the role of the CHRO has evolved in recent years, particularly, of course, in the healthcare sector. Tomya, do you want to get us going here?
Sure, thanks. And thanks for the opportunity to have this conversation today. So the role of CHRO has shifted, in my view, from being an administrative role to really being a strategic partner. And due to not only the talent shortages, but also the financial impact, compression in the healthcare sector, and the introduction or expansion of AI, the CHRO really has to align the talent strategy to the business strategy. And the shift from administrative to strategic is really thinking about healthcare and the organization through a business lens, not just through the people lens. The HR lead has to think about how do you redesign the organization to support the delivery system as healthcare is reimagining how to deliver care to patients, whether it's telehealth or in a physical location. The talent to support that has to evolve. And so that partnership has to exist in order to really support how healthcare is evolving. I think the CHRO has to identify where the human touch is most important and most valuable versus where technology can be levered.
And that's a very important distinction and question to answer in this day and age. A lot of transformation in it. We'll also get to that collaboration point. I think that sort of underpins this in terms of CHR moving into that strategic place. That's certainly something I want to dive into more. But Brian, I want to give you some space to hook on. What would you add? What would you, I guess, upvote that Tommy shared?
Sure, thank you. And first, thanks, Brian, for having us. I'll echo most of what Tommy said. What I will also say and sort of drive home is that it's tough for the HR functions these days. They have to care for the hearts and minds that they've historically been doing. But right to Tomya's point, now you have to talk about an ROI perspective as well, right? So how do you bring both of those equations to the table and care for your people effectively while also driving for positive outcomes? And it's a different dynamic, right? With the leadership organizations having CHROs at the table with the CEO and COOs to look through business planning from that lens. And so while they do have to care for the day-to-day health and well-being of the individuals that are contributing and doing the work, you have to look at it through that business lens. And it's an interesting dynamic and one that we're seeing across the healthcare landscape take more and more root.